One thing about life is it does not stop for your marathon training. And one thing about the marathon is it doesn't owe you anything. As volume builds, life is still going to be busy and you really have to dial in your priorities. This was the busiest work week of 2025 for me so far and also the highest volume week in this marathon build. It honestly was one of those weeks where I wasn't sure how I was going to get it all done. But we did because we are only 6 weeks out from the Jersey City Marathon and now is not the time to make excuses. It's the time to lean into the uncomfortable because at the end of the day, the marathon does not owe you anything. Not to be super intense, I just got a really big goal on April 13th and I want to do as best as I can. I knew this week was going to be busy, but honestly, it was way busier of a work week than I was expecting. For those who are new here, my name is Jules. I'm currently training for the Jersey City Marathon on April 13th. This will be my third marathon, and I'm going for a 30-minute PR, and we are 6 weeks out. So we are starting to peak in this marathon build. It is crunch time, and it also just so happens to be kickstarting some of the busiest weeks of work for me so far this year. If you don't know what I do for work, I work for the largest triathlon coaching company globally. I run all of our marketing and media, and this week we hosted our spring training camp. So I was the one doing all of the pictures, the videos, editing everything, posting the content, getting it out to our athletes, just all of the media. And it was super, super busy. You know, on a daily basis, I handle all of our social media, our newsletter, our outreach, you know, whenever we have a training camp like this, or we are going to a race, going to Ironmans, I'm the one taking pictures, taking videos. And so that's what I do on a daily basis. And that's what I did for this camp. And as far as work this week went, each day was about 5 or so hours of filming and then about 3 to 4 hours of editing everything and getting it all ready for the upcoming days. It was also just a lot of traveling back and forth from different places and definitely was difficult getting all of the training in, but something that I did to kind of set myself up for the week is I moved my long run for the week, which was 18 miles, to Wednesday, the day before the camp started, because I knew I was just going to be out all day throughout the week. And so I had 18 miles on Wednesday, which I'm so glad I got that done because definitely, you know, was really tough getting any other runs in throughout the week. With my job, there are really slow seasons and really busy seasons. Winters are really slow because there's no training camps or races going on. But, you know, March and April are two of the busiest months for us because we host our training camp. We have 2 team races in April, one of them the week before the Jersey City Marathon. And so it's a really busy next 2 months. And then summer, we have another camp. Fall, we have a bunch of races as well. And so, you know, it ebbs and flows as far as workload and how busy I am, but we are about to enter the really busy season of work. And I think in the past I would have allowed that to really intimidate me with my marathon training, but as I'm going through my career, I'm learning it's just about prioritizing. You know, I also don't have any kids or anything. You know, I'm 24, about to be 25, so I have a little less to manage, but it's still a lot, and I'm learning how to prioritize and how to get things in. And so with that, come with me on my busy week of work, trying to navigate and balance the peak of this marathon training block. It's the last day of this training camp and I am so tired. Yesterday was a really big day. I went out to Hutto, Texas, and the campers did an 100-mile bike ride. And so we were out there, got there around 6:30, and then we were just out in the rolling hills of Central Texas from 7 to about 3:30, because after they came in, they all did like a 4-mile run and then got some lunch. So yeah, I was out there from 6:30 to 3:30 and then came home, did some editing, and then we had one last thing for camp at night. Got back around 8, and I was really going to try to hop on the treadmill and get my 6 miles done, but I sat on the couch and I ended up actually just passing out, like sitting there, and so obviously didn't run. This has definitely been the most challenging week of this marathon prep so far, and I think in previous years I would have woken up this morning really mad and really frustrated at how yesterday, working a 12-hour day, came home at 8, sat down on the couch, and just like right away fell asleep. Yeah, I would have woken up this morning really mad at myself for not sucking up or sticking it out and just going downstairs on the treadmill and doing my run. But the reality of it is, it wasn't just yesterday. Wednesday we had the 18-mile run, then Thursday 12-hour work day, Friday another big work day, and yesterday huge work day. And it was just my body signaling to me that, we're so exhausted. And so, the thing that I am learning as I'm growing in my career and I'm growing in my 20s, gonna be 25 in July, is it's so important to have your priorities lined up. And not only just knowing what your priorities are, but knowing what the main priority is at hand for that given time. And so this week, main priority is work. Going out, doing these shoots for camp, getting the editing done, doing what I need to do. And marathon training just this week is not the main priority. And that's just the reality of it. I think that's the reality for majority of people who, are working full time and, might have big projects or big moments in work. And that's totally okay. Just figuring it out, getting what you can done during weeks like this. But yeah, with that, gonna go home, get all my stuff, go down to the swim, and then gonna spend some time with Caitlin this afternoon because I've been completely out and about the past couple of days. And then later tonight, gonna do 10 miles on the treadmill, and that should wrap up 36 miles on the week, which would only be a few miles shy of what I was supposed to do this week. So not too bad. We got done. We're gonna get done and gonna power through the rest of the day. So